Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to explain why intrinsic purpose basically implies the existence of a God. So when you talk to religious people, most of the time they will tend to argue for purpose from an intrinsic sort of basis. This being the idea that reality has meaning in and of itself apart from human consciousness, apart from human values. And they use this essentially to say, oh, without God, there is no meaning, to basically trap you in this weird position where you have to argue against their weird convoluted definition of meaning while still arguing that there is meaning that exists in the universe. Basically, the explanation that no, meaning comes from your own potential for happiness, comes from your own life, your own values, rather than this weird sort of meaning of reality itself. It's very difficult to kind of understand this without the existence of a God being implied. And that's essentially what the point of this video is. When you say that existence itself has a purpose, you're basically implying teleology, because you're basically implying teleology, which implies God. Because purpose basically is constant goal-directedness toward something, being that goal that you're directed to. I kind of said the same thing twice there, but it's all good. So basically, yeah, constant goal-directedness. And I think it also implies a volitional being. It implies a consciousness, because you can't really be directed towards goals without choosing what your goals are and having some values related to that. And values make no sense apart from a valuer. So basically, when you claim that the universe is teleological, or it has an intrinsic purpose, you're implying that there is some greater being essentially that has goals that it's directing the universe towards. And this is the big problem with how religious people define purpose, that the subconscious premise that they've kind of grown up with, essentially, that purpose is part of reality. It has to be intrinsic to reality. Or why does any of this matter if there's no purpose baked into reality itself? I think they want to be part of some greater story, I guess, that's apart from themselves, which is very weird, in my opinion. I think that's the idea of God having a plan, and you are part of this greater plan, and and for some reason that gives people this comfort. They don't find meaning in happiness in life, which is very strange to me. I think there's definitely some sort of subconscious issue there that they can correct, because I was in that place at one point where I would thought death takes meaning away from life, because if death is the end, then what happens after we die? It's a really convoluted way of thinking. This idea that death, after your death, there needs to be some continuing purpose to you. That's not what purpose is about. But this intrinsic meaning, this intrinsic definition of purpose, basically implies that there's some God, that there's something external, holding this view. There is no God. I don't believe in any sort of God, but holding this view basically implies that there is one. And when people hold this view, they will naturally begin to believe in some sort of God, because if reality has intrinsic purpose, then there has to be something that it has purpose to. Purpose makes no sense apart from a consciousness. But I think basically how you can correct this is basically by looking in at your own life and seeing how your life can have this sort of goal-directed sort of movement towards your goals constantly, with your ultimate goal being your career and your happiness and flourishing and that sort of thing. And this is something that is part of reality, because happiness is an objective state of being that has objective requirements in reality. So that's how you basically can correct that problem of intrinsicism regarding purpose. So yeah, that is how you get rid of God, essentially, from your subconscious. You stop thinking about purpose in terms of the purpose of reality itself. There is no purpose to reality itself, but your life still has purpose nonetheless. once you can disconnect those two, I think it's very easy to get rid of this concept of God when you're thinking about purpose. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.